Did you know the most frequent query that I get is why the cakes, brownies, or even other baked goods that you guys bake don't have the same texture as what I show them to be? Well, after much brainstorming with one individual, I realized that they are not using the proper tools to measure the ingredients, hence the off-looking texture in their baked cakes. So today I'm going to show you the most 5 basic tools that every baker should have. Okay, so we'll start with the most important and absolutely necessary tools, which are your weighing scales and your measuring cups and measuring spoons. So here I have an electronic weighing scale, and it gives you an accurate measurement of all the ingredients every single time. This is something that everyone should invest in, even if you don't bake regularly. If you don't use the proper tools, you will get a different result with the same recipe each time you bake it. So it's absolutely necessary that you weigh your ingredients every time you bake something. So these are the measuring spoons that I use, and they are a set of 5, starting from 1 tablespoon to 1/4 teaspoon. Now these are really good since they have the measurements mentioned in spoon measurement and also milliliters. It's helpful since quite a few recipes use milliliters as the measuring scale. The same goes for the cups, as they also mention the scale in milliliters and cups. These tools are an absolute must and are very easily available online and are very affordable. Moving on to our next tool. Okay, not so much a tool but an imperative part of baking, our mixing bowls. I feel these play a very important part in our baking process, since having different size bowls help you weigh and mix your ingredients thoroughly. I use glass bowls since they are much easier to clean. Cleaning these with some hot water helps removing any grease from the previous mixing. Bigger bowls are good when you have to mix all your dry ingredients and wet separately, and gives you a better area to work with. Mixing is also easier if it's a larger recipe. Okay, now let's quickly move on to the next tool, which also happens to be my favorite, the whisk. These are available in different sizes and have these thin wires which helps in mixing the ingredients thoroughly. It's pretty clear I'm addicted to these. The smaller ones I absolutely love. They do such a pretty good job of mixing my leaveners in the flour. I use these whisks the most while baking. So the electric hand mixer does the same thing but in a power mode, and saves a whole lot of time and is much more faster. These normally have a 5 power settings and you can adjust it according to your need. It's very sturdy and is also very easily available in the market. This is also very reasonably priced. Next up are the spatulas. I love collecting these too. So there are different types of spatulas available. These here are the silicone ones and are great for scraping your bowls and scooping your batter. You can get an assortment of these and in different sizes. The smaller ones are great for transferring ingredients and mixing as well. These are very handy and useful while baking. Here I have an offset spatula which is made in metal. As you can see, the front blade is at an angle and this comes in different sizes as well. These are very useful while icing your cakes because since the blade is at an angle, Your hand doesn't touch the cake surface and you get those pretty smooth sides. This here is a serrated knife. This has these sharp teeth in it which helps in slicing your cake layers evenly. It's very good for slicing brownies too. Okay, on to our last tool and possibly the most important one, your baking tins. So what I have here is a heavy bottom pan, and what this does is it helps bake evenly. This comes in assortment of sizes starting from a 4-inch tin. I have a set of 2 each in different sizes, but you don't have to buy all. The basic and most used ones are the 8-inch and 6-inch tins. There are different sizes and shapes of baking pans available in the market. Like this one here is a 6-inch round spring foam pan. So what this does is it has a clip on the side and a removable bottom. Once you open the clip, the sides loosen up and the bottom separates. These are mostly used while baking cheesecakes. Go in for a heavier material pan as this will ensure even baking every time. I hope this video has helped you in establishing how important it is to have the proper tools for baking and using them. If you like this video, do give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I will see you all again next week. Until then, happy baking!